thermal sound wave.
It's thermal sound waves, the natural alternative to fast food radio. We are here, C.Truth, Kev Lawrence. That's what it is. Right now, we got a guest that's joining us, coming from the Tar Heel State, the Tobacco State.
Very interesting. It's a lot of deeps over that Tar Heel situation.
Yeah. That Tar Heel situation is crazy. It's
a lot of people out there, a lot of good people out there.
Yeah, a lot of great people. But
they be shaking it up out there.
Yeah, we have a brother that's joining us right now. Artist, entrepreneur. I mean, he does a lot of different things. He does a lot of things. I don't want to put him into one category because he has his hands in a whole bunch of things. We got
partial manager too.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying.
A whole lot of things.
That's what I'm saying.
He does everything.
Exactly. We got joining us right now on the program a brother by the name of Sh8kes. What's going on, man?
How y'all doing? Thank y'all for having me.
Oh, no problem. You know how it is. We had you come through here before with the
homie Markee
the
Steele.
Artist Markee Steele, who's doing crazy things with his new project, man. I'm real proud of him.
Right.
Like he
that's
been moving. Every project that he puts out, he's been stepping it up, man.
Right. That's my brother. I love him. Now it's no longer Markee Steele. He's Markee Steele now.
True.
RKEE.
True.
But
put the E's on it. Okay.
Yeah, he put the E on it. That's my brother. I'm proud of him. I'm very proud of him, man. And it's only forward from here.
Now, Sh8kes, let everybody know what exactly it is that you have your hands in and what you do, because you are the Renaissance man out here.
Oh man, I'm humbled for you to even say that. So, through my journey with Markee Steele, I just played a big support system. Not only. To me, it wasn't really just about the financially. It was just about having somebody in your corner. So with that, I've learned so much behind the music, from learning what publicists do, management, learning how to move independently. So I always believe someone needs somebody in their corner that believes in them more than they believe in themselves. So, from that, I learned a lot. I've always been artistic myself. As in, I like to write. I'm a hustler, I'm a businessman. So I like to have my hands in a few different things. I'm 31 years old, and I always said by the time I'm 35, I have to be a millionaire. And with that, I put it out recently. I put out a book. I published my first book, a poetry book. I own Bull City Dolls, which is
slow it down, Sh8kes.
Yeah, he's going real fast with that.
Tell everybody what the name of the book is, so they can cop that book.
The name of my book is called It's Personal. It's a collection of poetry and artwork. I put that out. I started this journey. I've always written poetry. I started this journey on doing spoken word and performing in front of people about 3 years ago. It's been 3 years now. And with that, it became a big thing with people in our area. So I learned how to maneuver through the art and poetry scene. And I've gained I've become a fan and gained a lot of fans with the local poets, from Virginia all the way, down to Atlanta, and so I seen how people were, responding to me, and I said, what, let me put out a book. I put out a book, I teamed up with Smith Jordan Arts, and she did, a piece of artwork for every poem that's in the book. And at the same time, I did everything in-house. So I got one of my good friends to do my cover for my book. With every poem, there was a short passage from either a family member or someone in the neighborhood I grew up in. And then I published it and I put it out. And you can find it it's on Amazon. You can also find it on Sh8kes.com. So yeah, that's the book. It's Personal, Volume 1.
Right. And what was the next? You was about to mention something else after the book.
Next thing I have a hot dog cart. right? So in the South, growing up, I ate a lot of hot dogs at my grandmother's house, So and with that, I learned. She taught me how to do homemade chili and homemade slaw.
Uh-oh.
You said homemade slaw and homemade chili. Oh, you got
okay. Yeah. So no store bought. When it comes to chili and slaw, we don't do anything store bought, right? So, I've always wanted to have on my own, like, maybe a hot dog restaurant where I only sold hot dogs, So I'm like, you know what? Let me start somewhere. Also, I have some friends and a couple of family members who, want to step out there, do the right thing and get some work. So it was also a thing to where I was able to, provide, a couple of jobs for some people, and that was the big thing for me. It has become a big thing. People love it. I only do hot dogs, and I do homemade chips, and I do homemade banana pudding. That the recipe that came down from my grandmother as well to my mother, and I sell it on a hot dog cart, man, and people love it.
Now
they love it.
Now let's slow this down for people that don't understand. There may be some people that might say it's a hot dog cart. That ain't nothing. You don't, because I understand that business. I don't know if we talked about myself, but anyway, if you just do the math at how many people eat a hot dog, because it's something you could just have real quick and on the go. Eat on the go. You can have like 3 of them on the go. So if you do that,
convenient.
I don't even want to get into the math because then people might be watching your money. But you and I know, and C.Truth know that what it is with that, and that's called ownership. You own your stuff.
Right.
Set your times, and you could hire people and give other people jobs.
Beautiful thing.
Which makes you a boss, not a boss to put people down, but to show that you actually help feed families.
Right.
So shout out to you for doing that.
Now you said homemade. You said homemade chips. I heard that in there too, right?
I heard chips.
Yeah, homemade chips. So what we do is I go and I get the bag of potatoes. I get a huge bag, and I get a mandolin. I get it right. I season. Yeah, man. So this how I feel. Like what I used to tell my guys in the neighborhood, right? I never see you on a mission I myself won't go. So I'm not getting ready to sit down and make you do some work and I haven't done it or I don't do it, So I get down, I get dirty. I make the chips, I make the food. Shout out to Joe over at Joe's Diner, for his commissary. And then I put everything up, get the hot dog cart ready, and I take it out. I even work the hot dog cart sometimes, So
that's what's up.
Yeah,
that's
homemade. Then of course I have sauerkraut. I have onions. I have Then I also do a thing called one of my OGs. His name is Buzzy. He has a shop where you can get customization to cars, where he does tint, rims, lights, and he told me to bring my hot dog cart out in front of his establishment, and that's one thing I commend him from doing, because now a lot of people out here will lend a hand to someone that's lending hands, and
shout out to Buzzy.
From there, it's shout out to Buzzy, man. He's a good guy, and he just opened up another shop. It's called T-Mac in Burlington, North Carolina, where he's doing the same thing and giving young black entrepreneurs, chances to get out there and do their thing.
That's what's up. So while people are getting their cars customized in detail, they can have something to eat while they're waiting around there. So that's actually that's a smart thing actually that he did. That's a smart man there, because he's really like hooking up not only you but himself at the same time.
Right.
Customers gonna be coming back like we want some of them dogs that we had when we was here last time. Like,
so hold on, C.Truth. They get the tints and the glizzies.
Exactly.
Cause people call hot dogs glizzies, so they get the glizzies and the glizzy with the chili and the chips and all that
homemade.
While you wait.
Homemade.
Wait,
That's right. That's
a conversation me and him had, and I'm like, this how I think it'll work. He said, let's make it happen. He called me young one. He said, let's make it happen, young one. And since then, we've been rocking.
Right. Now, what cities do you operate out of? Is it just Durham?
North Carolina.
Okay, just Durham right
Durham,
now. Okay.
AKA you mean as in for the hot dog part?
Yeah, where you rocking it at? It's just Durham.
I mean, I go. It's set up in Durham, but I have two, and I go anywhere. So with one is stationary, and then I have a few people that hit me for private events, and I get up there. I hook it to my truck, and I go wherever I go. I drive 10 hours if I need to.
Catered dogs.
Glizzy's on the go.
Look, the best hot dog you're gonna have now, and I'm not just tooting my own horn, you know.
Right. What's the name of the business again?
Bull City Dogs. That's dogs with a DAWGS.
Okay. Now, Bull City Dogs.
For people out there that may think this is, beneath them or such, I'll give you a quick thing. There was a guy that had a cart that sold Middle Eastern food. They called it halal on 52nd and 6th Avenue in Manhattan. Still there, decades later. From there, he has more than a few brick and mortar stores around America, and the clockwork he gets on that is inspirational. And big shout to Samir Eats. Remember Samir with B. Howard.
Yeah.
The singer B. Howard, he came through, he gave us some of that food, and he told us the story about people laughed at him. Now people are investing in the stock exchange for his company. So shout to him and shout to you, brother.
Yeah. So what I'm saying now is you're gonna give what is that spot on Cali? Pinks. You're gonna give Pinks a run for their money. I'm already saying it, and I ain't even taste one yet. But I'm telling you,
ain't Pinks when they yell at you? They yell at you. That's they famous for yelling at you, right?
Oh, I don't even know.
Yeah, they famous for yelling. It's known though. It's known.
But you gonna give all these people out here, man, run for their money and doing it big. Starting in the Bull City, and then
I accept that.
It's gonna go everywhere.
We need to put in some money now. Give them like a couple of dollars. So we can lock ourselves in.
When
it's the stock market.
No doubt.
Like Robin Hood. You need to do like Robin Hood.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I'm gonna hit you with 20 a little later.
Yeah, I got you with 1995.
Most definitely.
You know what I mean?
We're gonna make it work.
Put that in there. Just make sure that recirculates in there.
Yeah. And tell Buzz, we got like $17 on put that too.
Yeah, we gonna hit Buzz up too.
Lizzie's while you wait.
Put a little something in there too. Let that recirculate.
So explain he got that, but let's go back to the artistry of the music, but not just any music. It's poetry. Yet it's still music the way you're doing it. Because we heard a track and it's not your average poetry.
Right.
So explain what kind of poetry you do and why.
I'm gonna be completely honest. So I've always written poetry, right? And my first time, I had this thought that poetry had to be written and performed a certain way because of everything that I would see, right? So I was nervous about sharing my stuff, not only because of how it was written, but because I don't write off a subject. It comes from a very vulnerable place for me. Now, at the same time, I love music. I grew up, I started playing the alto sax when I was young. I play the drums, and I have an ear for music. So I'm like, and then, of course, being around my brother, Markee Steele, I call him Rep, and around other OGs like, Skaz Digger and Big Daddy Kane and stuff, I would always have that feeling, in me. So what I would do, I would take my poems and I get what I think would be the hardest. I'm from the South, so I like South music, right? Or certain South music. I would get this production and I will put my poems over this production. And it would be, it's different, but it fits, if that makes sense. You won't catch me doing, a bunch of double time and trying to rap over the beat, but it's like, it's a perfect marriage, and it works for me. And also to me, you know, I love literature. I love words. So words mean something to me. And being able to put them over something that I can rock with and that can touch me, you know, and touch others, and that's all I needed, you know. But it definitely was a challenge at first, because, like I said, I would every poet I would hear put something over a piece of production, it'd be real, the moon and the stars, and that's just not me. And once I got out of that mindset, like, you know what, I'm not getting ready to follow this blueprint. You know, I'm going to make my own blueprint. I'm going to do something different, you know. And I've always been a big fan of Big Rube from the Dungeon Family. So, you know, I would listen to everything he would do, you know, acapella to something else, right? And I said, you know what, forget it. I called up Skaz Digger. I said, I got some beats. I'm on my way to the studio. I'm going to put these poems over, man. And it was history ever since, man.
No doubt, no question. It's Thermal Sound Waves, a natural alternative to fast food radio. We are here with Shakes, you know what I mean, entrepreneur, artist, and the likes, man. He does a lot of different things, man. Hit us up, 347-454-1278. Email is thermalsoundwaves@gmail.com. Let everybody know, Shakes, where they could get at you for, you know, information on the book, for, you know, your Bull City Dogs, how they can get some of those. I'm sure you'll be able to provide people with that as well. You know, how they can get all that and how they can get in contact with you to find out more about all the different things that you're doing.
Most definitely. So when it comes to social media, Twitter and Instagram, that's Shakes NC. That's Shakes with an 8, spelled SH, the number 8, KESNC. Instagram, same. Instagram and Twitter for Bull City Dogs is BULLCITYDAWGS. And since Facebook has so many rules, I couldn't make a regular page. I do an artist page, but that's Dion Williamson on Facebook and Shakes as the artist page.
No doubt, no question, man. Definitely. Listen, we appreciate you taking time out of your busy schedule, because I know as an entrepreneur, like you go 24/7 pretty much, you know, all the time. So yeah, we appreciate you sharing some of your time with us and telling us about, you know, the artist work that you do, everything going on with Bull City Dogs, of course, you know, the situation with Markee Steele, who's doing great things. You know, you already know we've been rocking that music on here for a long time. And, you know, keep doing what you're doing. Keep up the good work, and, you know, keep spreading them dogs. Keep spreading them dogs. We waiting to see them in other places. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, chilly.
Exactly.
I'm coming. Matter of fact, I might have to come out there and see soon. And, you know, look about that. Chili.
Come on out and see.
Y'all heard that? You know what I mean? And use all those contact, you know, pieces of information, you know, Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, and so forth. All right, y'all make sure y'all get a dog too, you know, while y'all standing around, you know, out there in Durham, and taste that. Let us know how it tastes too. Give us some feedback. You know what I mean? Hit us up, thermalsoundwaves@gmail.com. So I had a Bull City dog, man, and this is what it was like. We want to hear that feedback too.
And shout out to Buzz with his store also to help you out and all that. And we here at Thermal Sound Waves Radio want to give a big shout out to your family. We're not going to get into that, but big shout out to you and your family and everything y'all going through, and y'all sticking together and you making it work with all this. So shout out to you and your family. We're going to leave it on the high note, though. You know what I mean? Good vibes. Good vibes.
Yes, sir. All right, Shakes. We're going to catch up with you.
Thank you, man. I appreciate y'all for having me.
Let me get that recipe, though. We'll talk.
Oh, yeah. I got you. Y'all be blessed.
All right. Peace, bro.
Peace.
Thermal Sound Wave.